To set up abuse detection, you must log in as the system administrator. Once you have logged in, select Security located on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, under Advanced Settings, select Abuse Detection. Then, click the New button located at the top of the screen. A new window will open. As you can see, there are several different types of abuse detection rules that you can use to help prevent hackers and other malicious attacks from bringing down your server or worse. We are going to start with a denial of service rule. A denial of service rule helps to protect your server by stopping outsiders from overloading it with requests. Select denial of service as the type of detection you would like to use. Then, select the service you would like to scan for abuse. We will use SMTP. After you have selected the type of rule you would like to create and the service you want to apply it to, you need to pick a time frame. Time is counted in minutes here. We are going to enter the value 10. Next, you need to decide how many times you are willing to let someone connect to your server within those 10 minutes. For this example, we are going to use 100. Now you need to decide how long the offender will be put on timeout for violating your rule. Again, time is counted in minutes, so if we want to put them on timeout for an hour and a half, we will need to enter the value 90 into the time to block field. As always, it is a good idea to add a description. Once you are satisfied with your settings, click the Save button. Now, it pretty much goes without saying, it won't take those black hatsies very long to figure out how to get around just one rule. So, we are going to set up a second rule of the same type. You are going to want to create multiple rules for each of the different rule types that you will be using on your server. Click the New button again. Then, just like before, select Denial of Service and SMTP. Here is the part where we switch things up a bit. Instead of a time frame of 10 minutes, we are going to use a time frame of 2 minutes. And we are going to allow them to connect up to 25 times. But if they go over that limit, they will be blocked for 3 hours. Remember, time here is in minutes, so we are going to enter the value 180. Not 3. Then we will add our description and click the Save button. The next rule we will create is called Bad SMTP Sessions or Harvesting. A bad SMTP session is when someone blindly sends mail to possible addresses on your server in hopes to connect with one that is actually there. For example, they may send an email to Bob 1, Bob 2, Bob 3, Bob 4, and on down the line. Bob 1, 2, and 3 aren't on your server, but Bob 4 is. Once they hit a good address, they will save that information and use it to send as many emails as they can to that address before being blocked. Click the New button. Then select Bad SMTP Sessions Harvesting. Next, enter the time frame you would like to use. We are going to use 30. Now, enter the number of bad sessions that you are willing to allow before you kick them off your server for bad behavior, and enter the amount of time they have to wait before trying again. We are going to use 50 for the number of bad sessions, and 90 for the time to block. Just like with the first rule, it is a good idea to set up more than one with a variety of settings. Now I'm going to show you how to set up an internal spammer notification rule. Start by clicking the New button. Then select Internal Spammer Notification. An internal spammer notification lets you know if someone on your server is sending spam. It will not stop them from sending it, nor will it tell you if it's being done on purpose, but it will give you a heads up as to who is doing it and when. It is up to you to check out the situation and determine if further action is needed. For this example, we will use 5 minutes as the time frame, and 100 as the value for messages before you are notified. Next, enter the email address that you would like the notification to be sent to. Then, enter a description and click the Save button. Last but not least, we are going to create a password brute force rule. This helps prevent hackers from breaking into your users' accounts. Go ahead and click the New button. Then select Password Brute Force by Protocol from the list. Next, select the protocol you would like to scan for abuse. We are going to use POP. Once you have selected the protocol, you need to enter a value into the time frame field. We are going to use 10. Now, enter a value for the number of times that you are willing to allow someone to try to log into their account before being blocked. We are going to use 5. Next, we will enter a value for the amount of time that they will have to wait before trying to log in again. We are going to use 60. Then we will add our description and click the Save button. You are going to want to create a password brute force by protocol rule for each protocol used by your server. And you may want to create more than one rule for each one just to be on the safe side. To recap, here are a couple of things to remember when setting up abuse detection for your server. 1. Time is in minutes. 2. It is a good idea to have more than one rule for each rule type. And 3. Take the time to make sure that your rules are effective. The best way to keep your server up and running is to take good preventative measures to protect yourself against hackers and other malicious attacks. Like a wise man once said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.